Hi, it's Isabel, and this is kind of a strange video, but I think it will be fun. So, as you've probably noticed, I didn't do a TBR for December as I usually do because I am stressed. The semester at uni is nearly over, which means that basically all of my deadlines and all of my exams are coming up in like the next 2 weeks, so I just didn't think that I would have time to read a lot this month, and I didn't want to stress myself out with a TBR. So that's why I didn't do one. But don't worry, the TBR will be back in January in a new and improved form. Well, I mean, slightly improved, but I will work on it a little bit and then we will be back with the TBR in January. But that has now put me in the situation of not having a TBR at all. And as you've probably seen in last week's video, if all goes well, that should have been my birthday book haul. I have acquired quite a bunch of books and I don't know where to start with. So what I thought I would do today is do a scavenger hunt to find my next read. And I've seen a bunch of people do this scavenger hunt type thing already. I am using for my video the one that Books and Lala created and did a while back on her channel, so I will make sure to link to that in the description and also in the cards, so that if you want to see more people running around finding books to find the next read, you can check that out. So basically what this scavenger hunt is it is a list of prompts, and you start out with a book and it gives you a prompt that gets you to the next book, etc, etc, until you finally land on the book that will be your next read. So without further ado, let's try and find what I should read next. So the first prompt is to grab your favorite book, and I have that right here. So my favorite book is, as probably all of you know by now, The Blue Fox by Xion. From this I have to go to the acknowledgements, and the first name you see, find a book by an author with the same name. Okay, let's try this. Acknowledgements. They're not in the back. Are they in the front? Does this book not have acknowledgements? Well, apparently The Blue Fox does not have acknowledgements, so let's try this again. Let's go with the first book in my favourite series then. So we're going with Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer instead. This is also totally one of my favourite books, so let's see if Annihilation has acknowledgements. Let's hope so. Ah, there we go. Acknowledgements. So, the first name that I saw is Anne, and I immediately know what book I want to get next. See you in a second. I have grabbed The World's Wife by Carol Ann Duffy, which is one of my favourite poetry collections, so let's see where we go from here. I have to pick something on the cover and find another book with this thing in the title. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, we have Medusa, we have probably The Devil's Wife, we also have some scissors and buttons, needle and thread. We also have some kind of flowery things. So let's see if I have a book that has any of these in the title. Oh, I know! One of the books that I only just got has Devil in the title. 1 second. So this is The Devil and the Dark Water by Stuart Turton, and that perfectly matches the little devil figurines on Carol Ann Duffy's cover. So let's see where this book leads me. So I have to go to page 50, line 5, pick a word from that line and find a title with that word. Okay, so page 50, line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Limbs like rags blown into the boughs of a tree, his wrinkled, etc, etc. That's a lot of good words. Oh, I know what I'm gonna go for. I will pick the word tree from that line. And I will pick The Which Way Tree as my next book. I love how I'm just getting to look at all of these books that I like or that I'm excited about for this. Next up, we have find a book with the same number of pages. Hint hint, Goodreads is your friend. Okay, so let's find out how many pages The Which Way Tree has. It has 279. So let me check Goodreads to figure out what other book has that number of pages. I feel like I should have something because that's a kind of average amount of pages, I would say. So according to Goodreads, The Which Way Tree actually has 288 pages, and so does Evil Roots. To get to my next book from this, I will have to flip open any page. The first name you see, find the book by an author who shares that name. Okay, so any page. And the first name I see, Major Seymour. I don't think I have a book by anybody called Seymour. Let me just double check real quick. No, I certainly don't. Okay, so let's try this again. Any page. And then find the name. McKay. Let me think. So I don't think I have an author who is called McKay, but I do certainly have a book by somebody with the last name Kay, so let me get that instead. This is No Matter the Wreckage by Sarah Kay, also a poetry collection. To get to the next book from this, I have to find another title with the same number of letters. Okay, so let's see how many letters this one has first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Whew! Why do people always tend to pick the longest titles when they get to this prompt? I've seen a few of these videos and it always happens. I guess I'll have to count to 19 a bunch of times. That was actually easier than expected. I found Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James that also has 19 letters in the title. Okay, I think we only have 2 more prompts to go. So let's see. From this book, I have to find a book with a similar cover. So I have found Mouthful of Birds by Samantha Schweblin, which I think has kind of a similar vibe because it has like the colourful purple, blue, red background with the white letters that are kind of interwoven with the background. It's not a perfect fit, but I think it should count. Whew, okay, last prompt. This is the book that will get me to my actual next read. So I have to flip to a random page, point at the word, and find that word in a book title on my TBR shelf. Okay, let's do this. Random page. Pointing at the word, and it is spilled powder. I don't think I have anything with spilled powder or even just powder in the title. Let me check. I have my handy TBR card right over here. Let's see. No, nothing. Okay, let's get the book again and just try again. Hope that the next word that comes up is in any of these titles. Again, flipping to a random page without looking, pointing at the word, and it is no. Do I have no in any of the titles? Also doesn't look good. Okay, trying again. Off. Okay, off is an easy word. I think I should have a book with off in the title. I actually have 5 books that have off in the title. So we have Life of Pi, A Brief History of 7 Killings, Lord of the Flies, Children of the Cave, and At the Mountains of Madness. So, which of these am I supposed to read now? I don't know. You know what? I think I want to go with one of the ones that I only just got, because I think that would be fun, and that was kind of the point of this. So it will either be A Brief History of Seven Killings or Lord of the Flies. So what I will do is I will flip for a word again, and I don't think that I will get another word from one of these titles, but I will see which book fits the mood of that word better, if that makes any sense. Let's try it. So I'm getting Mouthful of Birds again to decide on the final pick. Okay, another flipping of the pages. I'm gonna go this way this time. Pointing at the word, and it is struggles to get away. The creature struggles to get away. I landed on 2, which isn't a word that has a mood. The creature struggles to get away. I think that sounds more like Lord of the Flies, actually. So this is what I will read next. This is quite exciting because I've meant to read Lord of the Flies for such a long time, and so many of my friends have told me that I would absolutely love it because it's totally something that I would enjoy, and I actually get to read it now, so this is fun. I have to say I had a really fun time going through all of my shelves to find these books and pick the one that I will read next. I hope you had fun watching as well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!